That's why we love Adepticon. Right? It's been a great show, folks. I did. Welcome back to the SimPrep Podcast.
Welcome back for take 2 of the live podcast. And look who's joining us, and we can hear him. Sir Jim.
That's right, our own Ariska.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good times.
All right, let's start over because the first episode take was pretty rough. Wow. So
I'm all worn out from all that kung fu fighting, though.
Yeah, the kung fu fighting. Thanks, Jen, for agreeing with Tuffy here. We have to put you two in a separate room, I swear. We apologize for technical difficulties. We tried to do it the professional setup way. It just wasn't working, too many moving parts. So we went to the simple.
Yep.
Sometimes simple is all you need, right?
Simplify makes things easier.
We all remember the KISS system from our days way back when.
Right.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Our producer / director just called us all simple.
Yes. Yeah, she said we're the back half of KISS. I don't know what that means.
All right. So, Jim, have you been checking out any of the Adepticon action on social medias?
Actually, yes, I have. Definitely including the Clash of Steel box set that you went over.
Yeah. It'd be very interesting to see. It is 50mm scale. I may have recorded an error that I've been told that they are new sculpts, are new models. They're not existing.
No, they're not new.
Well, some of them.
I was going to say, the sprues I looked at since 2016.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's why
maybe there's some new ones in there somewhere, but
I didn't look at everything, though.
Okay.
Full disclosure.
Okay.
The big Battlefront has come out in the past with definitely the Tiger 1, the Tiger 2, and the Panther, and also the Comet, because I have some of them. So whether or not these are new sprues, I'm not sure because I haven't seen the new box set. But I definitely don't have a mouse. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
There we go.
So there are 2 sets. Now remember, if you comment on the video and you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, you are entered in a chance to win your choice of either the British versus the Germans or the Americans versus the Soviets.
Do you remember, maybe that's a video I haven't seen yet. I saw the one on the Germans versus the British. What vehicles come with the Soviet versus American one, if you remember?
I knew he was going to ask me that. I don't know.
Sorry.
Jim.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
That's not the box.
I'm predicting the M104 and the Stalin 3, because we've done this before. We called it World War 2.5.
Yeah.
This is an old idea that's been around for a while. I mean, it's definitely a cool set. Hopefully, it'll get some people into the hobby, which I think is kind of the idea for these games. But
yeah, give them a little sprinkling of here's what the board gaming could be like, and then once they drink the Kool-Aid, be like, come to me, right? We have games.
And let's switch gears for a second. There's another game that has a huge presence here at the show, and usually it's always been here, but I think it's growing year after year, and it may be a little near and dear to Jim's heart as well as mine. It's called BattleTech.
Oh yes, we were just talking about it. So BattleTech's got their battle pods where you can get in it and pretend you're a pilot. Yep, they've got like 5 of them over there.
And they've done it really smart, Jim. They have the pods directly across from their stand.
oh, there you go.
You go in the pod, you blow up a few robots, and then you go right across and you buy everything. Yeah. You're all hyped up.
It's like Disney World. You go on the ride, and you can't leave the building until you pass through the gift shop.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, the old Las Vegas casino architecture. I gotcha.
Yeah, and they've got a huge presence here because their retail space is probably twice what it was last year.
Yeah.
I've always go ahead. I'm sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
Yeah, they didn't bring the inflatable mech this year, so that big 40-foot blow-up mech they had here last year that we took a picture in front of.
Yeah.
Don't know what happened to that guy. I think they had to trade it for retail space.
So yeah, I mean, big turnout for BattleTech.
I've always said BattleTech is basically the Warhammer 40K of the U.S. There have been some legal issues back in the FASA days, so it never really had the footprint that 40K would eventually attain. But you've got 40K in Europe, you've got BattleTech in the US, you've got Robotech in Asia and Japan. That's pretty much that space. in very broad terms.
You guys hear me?
Gundam, throw Gundam in there as well.
So yeah, I mean, I'm really tempted to buy. I mean, do you only have a BattleTech set? Okay. Yeah, kind of hang out with that. But yeah, so BattleTech's huge. Obviously, 40K, any GW games. What else is? Well, they have a Memoir 44 tournament going on today.
Yeah.
Nice.
How's that for another, kind of entry level? Let's get the people addicted and then shovel them off to another. It's a good gateway game.
Yep.
I've always said Memoir 44 is underrated. That game can get deeper than you think.
Really?
If you let it, yeah.
Well, and the Memoir 44 is one of those games that's kind of broke into the mainstream, if you will. You can buy it at Target retail.
Yeah. It looks like, oh, it's adorable. It's right next to Parcheesi and Chinese checkers. Isn't that nice? And you take it home and you actually start to get into the weeds on that game. And of course, you can play it very entry level. But if you want to get stuck into it, it's capable of more depth than a lot of salty old grognards tend to think. I think it's kind of underrated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's got a ton of expansions, and there's a lot of homebrew stuff for it. So it's
got a good community.
Yeah, huge following. Just wanted to show off something. So Dawn and I made some mugs, and this one is a special edition.
Uh-oh.
You can read that name right there.
Get her up there.
There it is.
So that'll be going to Florida soon.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
And I got one.
And
got one.
Yep.
As a special announcement, we're going to pick a commenter from this podcast on all our channels. You got to be a subscriber to our YouTube channels, either Sit Rep or the other Wrong, and we will reach out to you. We will make you a mug custom with your name on it or whatever you like to say. And there you go. I better put this away before I drop Jim's mug.
So if I comment on it, can I get you to print
You're
whatever
not-
I want you to say?
Can't be a
that?
member of the team.
This opens up some opportunities.
So yes, and then eventually those mugs will be available for sale on our new website. We're going to be creating a new website. We're going to do something a little more professional. This is the year 24. Talking to a lot of people in the industry while we're here, reconnecting. Dawn and I have been involved in the miniature wargaming industry for 10 years plus now, 11 years actually. We did our first Adepticon in 2013. And we had a long discussion last night about the future of the podcast and the channel, and we've decided that we want to see it grow and develop into something more professional looking. So we're going to start with a professional website. So when you go to the landing page, you'll see both logos come up, and you'll pick on which logo you want to go to. Do you want to go to the historical side? You'll pick one of these logos. If you want to go to the other realm side for fantasy, sci-fi, everything else, you'll go to this, and that'll take you to that page. And then, so we're going to start developing some more professional stuff. And now that I've got two people who are painters, maybe we can have an actual painting show.
So you mean me and Jim?
Yeah.
But no, the thing is, you said it's going to be more professional, so I thought we were getting laid off.
You're right. We get pink slips right after the podcast.
Another tradition here at Adepticon is we fire people on a regular basis. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So anyway, but yeah, it's going to take some dedication. It's going to take some time and money investment, and Dawn and I are definitely looking to do that because, another fun thing about being here at the convention is we get to watch people. And
there's plenty of foot traffic right here.
Yeah.
Dude just walked by with one of those giant cans of like Monster Death or whatever.
Yeah.
And every step he took, it inched a little farther out of his pocket. And I'm like, oh, that's going to fall and blow up for sure.
So anyway, so that's where we're going. I mean, Jim, we've been playing Op Center all weekend. Jim,
Oh, awesome.
I appreciate you a lot, but your voice after about 26 hours,
Tuffy wants to know who's excited for 4th edition Revenge of the Rats.
Yes! Yes! I am, because I'm building rats. And, part of
Why
our
don't you tell those non-knowers what you're talking about?
part of our Adepticon swag was you got a Vanguard or a combat patrol box for either AOS or 40K, and I got a 40K box, which I can do nothing with because I don't care and I don't want to play it. But
Somebody was kind.
I was gonna say, wait a minute. You traded yours with Dog.
No, I had the skin.
That one.
Oh, did you?
I did.
No, you did. That's right. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you traded whatever you
The
had
Sylvan.
to Dawn because that's what she wanted.
Right.
So you had Skaven. Then I
Right.
traded my 40K because you don't give a crap about the AOS. So you gave me the Skaven,
Right.
and now I have a Vanguard box of Skaven, and the rats are coming. The army is being built.
And I have a 40K something or other that I know nothing about, but I'll put it
Yeah.
together. And so one of the things is, I think we need to explore more games, right? Historically speaking, as well as other realms. Because there's one of the things you find out at Adepticon, there are so many games. We're right next to a retailer here in the historical wing,
Great people.
Sherwood Games.
Sherwood Games. We did a video on them. Please check that out.
They're awesome people.
And I'm looking at some of these games like Siege of Malta, 1565.
Yeah.
I know nothing about the Siege of Malta of 1565. Was that a Crusader thing? I don't know. So it's like,
But it's got good box art,
Yeah, the
and
box
it
art.
sounds like it might be the
so
box.
there's a lot of stuff out there that probably goes unnoticed that people might want to see or know about.
Yeah.
So
Now, what's nice? I'm sorry. What's nice over about Adepticon? They do have a librarian, and there's like 500-600 games over there.
Yeah. Yeah, if you've got
check
an,
one out.
yep.
yeah, if you've got an Adepticon badge, you can just walk up there and check one out and play it. Our good friends over here at Sherwood Gaming also, I've been hearing about it, and I've been wanting to get into it or see more about it, and now I will because I bought Saga yesterday.
Same
So
here.
I am looking forward to tucking into that, so to speak. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they both bought Vikings.
Vikings are cool.
You know, there are other interesting.
You know I am really cool though.
They're
Yeah.
Celts.
I have to
None of
go-
them had the big axe over their head.
Gotta go with my urge. Gotta go with my urge.
I don't know if the army's any good. I just want it to look good. I lose,
Jim, have you had the opportunity to play Saga?
I lose a lot of games.
Celts use axes all the time, historically. So there should be some Celt figures in there with axes. Of course, Celts covers a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got Celts in Spain, Celts in Italy, Celts, of course, in France, and then, of course, up and down what is today Great Britain, and even into places like Western Germany and Belgium. It's a lot of Western Europe. Probably even further if you want to really stretch the definition.
Jennifer said it sounds like these conventions do much damage to your bank account.
You
Oh,
ain't
yeah.
kidding, sister.
Wrecked them damn near killed them.
I'll be honest with you, I've been pretty darn good so far. I've only bought a few things. I've spent $300 so far. I spent.
So we've also backed it.
I backed a Kickstarter.
For
the Halo.
$300.
And it's beautiful.
No, that one was actually reasonable. It was only $125.
Oh, that's not bad.
Well, the beautiful booth.
Oh, I backed another Kickstarter. I backed Ninja John's web palette. That wasn't expensive. It was like $60.
I was gonna say
But what did I buy? I bought 3 editions of Undaunted. If you guys don't know what Undaunted is, it's an Osprey Press, Osprey Games. It's a card management. It uses a card mechanic with some, hexes and chips and things like that. I bought Battle of Britain. I bought. Is it Normandy?
Did you get Normandy?
And then I got the. Basically, I went to the stand that I'm literally looking at, and I saw 3 boxes. I picked them up and said I want them. And Battle of Britain, Normandy, and the Desert Rats, North Africa.
Nice.
Oh,
So-
yeah. Well, that's right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah. So, other than that, what else did I buy? I don't remember what else I bought. I bought something else, but I don't remember now.
Well, I
It'll
bought,
come to me.
well, I bought Saga, and
Yeah.
I got 6 points worth of dudes total. So I did that. I went over and saw our good friends over at Game Envy.
Mm-hmm.
I bought their hobby light for convention pricing. While they are sold out, they are giving it to you at the convention price and discounted shipping.
Oh,
Yeah, so I got that. I got a set of brushes from them. They have 3 Kolinsky brushes for $25. So
You got some brushes too, didn't you?
that was nice. Oh, he gets his turn in a second. I bought another hobby handle because, as it turns out, I left mine at home, and again, we're taking classes, so spend the I don't even know what it costs, 10, 15 bucks, something like that. I'll use it, so that's awesome.
Yep.
And so, that's everything, right? Yes. Sounds right. Hey, how'd you do on your stuff?
So Game Envy, I bought myself a brush because I needed a double lot. I didn't bring all the right brushes I needed for my classes. I bought a little hockey puck looking thing.
The little scrubby brush thing.
Your brushes.
Brush, right.
I know there was something else. Oh, I bought some Warhammer, well, Age of Sigmar.
Mm-hmm.
Bought one of the big Ferrata for my
you bought the model. Yep, that's right. Hey, but wasn't there a booth over by there that you stopped at too?
Well, of course, I stopped off and saw John over at Warlord, Julian over at Enemies by the Studio. Wait, there was something else.
That's not what I'm thinking of.
Oh, I know what it was. I know what it was. I spent a lot of money on paintbrushes at Artis Opus.
But tell them how it happened.
Well, so no shit, there I was. So I was buying just a set of the detail brushes because they've got nice stuff.
Now, he already bought his detail brush. You heard that earlier, right?
No. I brought the detail brush after because I didn't want to use the Artis Opus. It was $8 from Game MV. I'm taking classes.
Drive on.
So I got the detail brushes. I got a dry palette, and somehow there was a mix-up on the checkout, so they accidentally charged me for two sets of brushes, and I only had one, and the refund and all that stuff wasn't working out, and so.
In the heat of battle, what happened? Yes.
God was telling me I needed 2 different sets of brushes. Is what it was. So it was.
So the conversion rate from euro to dollar kind of got mixed up in the middle of it.
Yeah. But I got a free dry palette out of it.
So then the question is, are you going to use those brushes?
Yeah.
No, he's not. He just said he bought an $8 brush to use.
No. You're saving the good brushes for the good stuff. You're not using Billy Baloo, Billy, on the, your, Skaven army of rats.
Okay. Yeah. All right. What do you consider a good thing to use the brush?
The commanders, the bigger models.
So you're going to use non-Artis Opus brushes on everything but commanders and something else.
It depends on what I'm trying to do. I might use the Artis Opus brush when I'm doing eyeballs on a bunch of things. Depends. One thing you learn, or I'm learning, is there is a right brush for different things. There is the M style brush, which doesn't hold as much paint, but you're using that for the fine details, the fine lines. And then if you're covering a bigger area, you still want the fine details, you use the S-series brushes because they've got a bigger belly.
Yeah. Byron, I'd just like you to know that, 1, you definitely have a convert, and 2, he's available to do videos for you as well.
No, not after he sees my painting.
No, not painting, just shilling.
Oh, man,
I mean, you gave the whole Artis Opus spiel.
Yeah, but there was a guy walking away. I'm like, that had to have been like $500-$600.
Yeah. Well.
And who you talking crap? Because didn't you buy all the Artis Opus paints at full price?
Yep.
And then shipping.
Yeah.
So hey, you know what? And I got a free dry palette out of it.
All $20.
$22.
Yeah. It is what it is.
On the other hand, I look forward to having some time to go over there into the exhibition hall and see what they've got and spend some more money. Because I haven't had a chance to look around. Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Today's the day.
What's
That
that?
is
So
birthday.
So I entered the Badger Games painting contest, and today's judging day. So for all of you listening, I'm entry number 51. Vote early, vote often.
There you go. Do the Chicago way.
Yeah. Oh,
Why didn't I just take that whole pad full of stuff? I could have stuffed the ballot box.
Right?
Man, you can tell I don't really live in Chicago. No, because they would have gotten that right.
Anywho, Jim, help me.
Yes.
Bring some common sense to this discussion, please.
You guys are talking about brushes that I don't
Yeah.
see and at an event that I'm not at.
Well,
So
the brushes. What do you prefer for brushes?
I prefer brushes that maintain a point. I don't like buy like certain gaming brand brushes. I just go down to the artist supply store and I buy the best either acrylic or oil brushes from there.
Uh-huh.
I come from more of an art. I only started in miniatures like 10 years ago. I've been working in more artistic field or different artistic fields since I was like 6. So that's kind of my background. Anything that I know about painting doesn't really come from how to paint for the hobby. It gets transferred over from painting on canvas or something like that. So those are all my tricks. People who watch my painting streams probably laugh at the paints I use. I don't outside of Vallejo washes, I use like Apple Barrel or whatever's at the craft store, because with the right background, those will work. And there is a little bit of extra effort to it, but so as far as like what brushes I use, yeah, I just go down to like the art supply store downtown and I get whatever's there. I do know that really, really small brushes don't really matter if the brush is high enough quality. What you need is that point. And as long as the brush can maintain that point, you'll be able to do good work with that, along with some discipline, some brush control, and a whole lot of patience. Is like I said, nothing earth shaking. This is stuff everybody already knows. I pretty much just stick with the basics.
There you go.
There you go.
Coffee says dollar store brushes for the win. Jennifer Lemon says,
Well, dollar store paints for the win. The brushes, I do get a little finicky because again, I gotta have that point. Now for the terrain painting or dry brushing, yeah, I've got a can of old beat up brushes that I use for that. So
Right,
for that definitely.
That's what I save all my old brushes for.
Totally. Yep.
It starts off as your most favorite, most excellent brush with that finest point, and it maintains it. And then after a while, it kind of goes down to your base coating brush because it can't get that detail anymore.
Yeah.
And then it goes down to like terrain detail, and then it's like terrain dry brush, and then you're chopping it up and using it for terrain.
I think we talked about this before. There's like a tier system.
Yeah.
It's like it goes down through the layers of hell. And when it gets to the bottom, it's yeah.
And you were giving me grief about the artist opus. Did you say that you were scared to use yours?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the deal?
I can still make money.
Oh, yeah.
But
I've got high quality brushes in my drawer that like Jen got me for last Christmas 2022, that I still haven't used because that project just hasn't come up yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want them to be still in perfect, right out of the bag condition for when that project comes around.
That's right. You gotta save the good stuff for the good project.
Yeah.
I get
Totally.
that makes sense.
It might be these new American infantry I've been working on. I don't usually work in 28 mil, but
Are you going to use them in a certain game, Jim? Are you going to do bolt action? Are you going to use battle group or?
I don't know what system I'm going to use on. If I am going to use them, I am going to have to buy at least one more thing from Warlord because, like I said in the video, they don't come with any 30 caliber Brownings. And depending on when in the war you're talking about, they're either attached directly into the platoon or they're at a company section up at like part of a heavy weapon section.
Yeah.
Either way, you need some 30 caliber Brownings. So I do have a Deutsches Africa Corps Force in 28 mil that is completely built and painted. I won at one of the old on tabletop events, like $400 worth of minis, man. When I finally looked at the prices, I was like, holy crap. Thanks once again on tabletop staff if you're ever watching this. Damn. So yeah, I did paint that. And so yeah, I'll definitely put my Americans. I kind of built my Americans early for the Americans, like spring of 43, so that I could put them up against my my DAK force in some Tunisia battles.
Yeah. Nice. So one of the things I was kind of disappointed, Jim, I don't see any classic war games going on. And when I say classic,
Oh,
yeah.
well, that's the issue with I mean, you guys are there, and I certainly don't want to talk bad about it, but that's kind of what happens when you're looking at some of these more commercial or vendor-based kind of events. Something like Historicon, and yeah, there are still people playing the old clunky games from the 1980s. I mean, it's like one little table way off in the corner, and they're nowhere near center stage anymore. But yeah, because no one's gonna buy that stuff. No one's gonna, no one's still selling that stuff, so there's no money to be made in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no, there's not an Avalon Hill ballroom here.
No,
playing
I mean,
games.
and to be fair, this is a miniatures-based convention, but,
Yeah.
but they have actually HMGS has Panzer Blitz or Panzer Leader in 6 mil because they use GHQ miniatures. So,
Yep.
so they have it in 3D. I was hoping to see that here, but it doesn't look like it's here. They're running Napoleon, Waterloo. They're running Waterloo.
Steve's running the Waterloo.
Yeah. Several really nice historical, in epic scale, 6 mil or less. So, seen some WoFun minis on the table. Bolt actually had a tournament yesterday. Right now, I'm looking at the sign on the door and it says Frostgrave. They got a Frostgrave tournament going on. There's Middle Earth here. Saga has its own hall.
And there's like 3 ballrooms. I mean, ginormous ballrooms of open gaming.
Yeah.
So you never know what you got over there.
So, but if you go to the Renaissance Center, you've got the 40K hall. You got it's now, I think, Atomic Games Hall, but it's X-Wings, Mata, Shatterpoint, all that. Then you get all the other, any miniatures game pretty much is here. But historically, yeah. Have you seen all Flames of War?
There's one more.
Yeah, they're
Flame
playing.
War's going now?
Yeah, they're playing a tournament
Yes,
in here. It's hard to tell because they've got Flames of War, Team Yankee, and Bolt Action all together.
Yeah.
So if you just open up the doors and you look at it, it's this sea of tables.
You have to walk the tables and look at the rule books laying by.
Yeah, because you look at the train and you're like,
Actually, what I would like to see.
Team Yankee is basically 4th edition Flames of War with different units.
Yeah, essentially.
Mechanically,
Yeah, I would like to see Battle Group played, and oh my god. Well, North Tab would be awesome. Both of those would be great. What's the one by Two Fat Lardies, Jim?
Oh, there's a couple. There's I Ain't Been Shot, Mum. There's
their World War II game.
Yeah, Chain of Command, I think is the big one. Thank you.
Chain of Command. Because they use a really good Fog of War system.
So, Chain of Command, there's a dude that was running a game
was
before
there?
we started. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one
Lardy's America table, right inside that set of doors to the right.
I didn't realize they were doing it today.
and it doesn't matter how many times I've been here, I still have not seen a Rourke's Group. Have you?
They had Orcs Drift yesterday.
They had Orcs Drift.
My brother actually sent me pictures. He played Orcs Drift too.
Yeah, HMGS runs that one.
Yeah.
It's a fun little crossover game, if you will.
Yeah. But yes, they need
Little mashup.
They need a real Rourke's Drift. Sorry. A real
Rourke's Drift with 2 R's.
Sounds
Right.
like I've got a challenge. Maybe we'll just host a Rourke's Drift at the booth next year.
We're gonna need a bigger booth.
So, there's the man, the myth, the legend, right there.
Oh, there it is.
What are you guys working on?
We're live.
We're live streaming. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
You have room?
We will make room.
Mr. Mike Rafferty, ladies and
Grab
gentlemen.
that chair right
No,
there.
I'll jump in.
Okay, Chris is gonna jump out.
Right here, big
I'm
boy.
not gonna jump in. I'm very tired now.
So for those of you in the viewing audience and listening, joining us live and impromptu, Mr. Mike Rafferty, who is
Responsible for all this.
well, I was gonna say,
Historically.
now you have an actual title, and I don't remember what you.
I named myself historical director,
No, the other one.
historical czar.
There you go. That was the one I was looking for. I'm like, no, you called yourself something really cool.
Well, now I can't use Russian titles, so I'll have to come up with something else.
It's not Russian. Well, we have them in the U.S. government too. We got drug
Oh,
czar,
you know,
we got
that's
border
true, we
czar.
do.
So it's got all that.
Czar has not been a Russian title for quite some time.
Yeah,
That's fair.
yeah. I believe Anastasia said that you can have it.
Mike, that's Jim.
So that's Jim.
That's Mike. Jim's our historical guru, as we
Yeah, I
like
think
to
I
call
was
him.
talking. We were talking Navy stuff one night in our stream.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, awesome.
So
Yeah, as long as you are not the directorate of the People's Politburo of Historical Wargaming,
I do have a comment.
you,
though.
you should be all right.
yes, yep. So since you are the HMFIC for kind of the whole Hyatt, right?
Yeah.
Everything that's going on here. It's not strictly historical, as we were talking earlier. I mean, you got some dudes playing Armada and Middle Earth and whatnot. But you kind of oversee all the space over on this side, right?
It's like a two-hat situation. It's like I run historicals directly, but I also oversee everything at the Hyatt. And I've now declared that both the Song of Ice and Fire and Middle Earth are historical games.
And we
It
concur,
counts.
100%.
Armada we're debating on still, but we'll see. We'll see what the council says.
Right. All right. So
It was a long time ago.
thoughts about a long in a galaxy far, far away. Yeah. Let's see what he did there. This guy. He's gonna fit right in. All right. So your thoughts so far? It looks like fun is being had by all. Yes?
It really that's my goal. Like I was talking to how your game's going. I was like, well, everyone's had fun, and that's at the end of the day all I really care about.
Right.
Did it go off how I expected? Did anything happen? Yeah, whatever. They had fun. Like right now we're writing a Battletech game, and I had a vision of how it was going to go, and quite frankly, between being tired and some people not showing up, and we just made kind of one big game, and we're having a good time.
Good.
So stuff's blowing up, and
That's
Damn right, things are blowing up.
that's right.
Did you say the BattleTech game was running a long
John, how
time?
are you,
That
buddy?
never happens in
Stream
BattleTech.
alive. So look at this! What a day! We got them showing up. We got Mike here. We got John Chan
Yeah.
over here from Black Powder Red Earth. We're gonna do a separate interview with John immediately following the podcast. So that's awesome. Good times, good time. What else? What should our viewers and listeners know from your perspective?
I mean, really,
What's the
yeah.
exclusive?
Exclusive,
We're moving to the McCormick Center next year.
probably not.
Okay. I tried.
I would be very surprised if that happened. Not to my knowledge, or whatever weasel words I can use.
Yeah.
If they end up doing
Can neither
that.
confirm or deny that there's any plans.
You may possibly think that, but as far as I know, we're back here next year, and I really like this venue. And yes, my room is like 2 feet from the hall, so that does help. But the staff's super cool here. Like, we've had issues come up, we've had little fires we got to put out, but everything's been resolved satisfactorily, and everyone's having fun. I keep bringing back to that. That's my goal. Is historicals, other than a couple of the tournaments, are not very competitive. Like you're not trying to crush your opponent. Even the couple tournaments we have aren't the most competitive ones. Like it's not what your 40Ks or something is. And if you like that, it's totally fine. I don't want to play in competitive tournaments anymore. If you do, great. If you don't, great. The way I've always looked at it is, as long as you're having fun gaming, you're doing it right.
Are you?
So, we have some. I will say this year, board-wise, we have some absolutely beautiful boards. Like,
yes.
like I thought we did really good for Gatesburg board last year, and some of these people are just blowing it out of the water. Like, especially the bold action, their display boards were amazing.
So, speaking of boards,
Yeah.
so boards go on tables, and I see a lot more tables in use this year. So, is there an increase in games, both like number of games or variety of games?
And size of games. So I would say all three areas. Really, I was worried about today a lot. That's part of the reason why Memoir 44 got moved out. Also because they wanted a different size of board that more fit kind of the area that they're in now, so they can play around. But and I also thought bold action was going to take up that whole table row. But I had 100% tables in use on plan both yesterday and today. So we're seeing a lot more events. Like HMGS really showed up this year and run some beautiful events.
Yep.
Water America's been coming the last couple of years, and like I said, they keep updating themselves every year. Steve France got a giant game set up.
Yep.
So it's overall, like you said, we have more games, more variety of games, and larger games.
Very nice.
Awesome.
So that's what we want.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So what can we look forward to?
Next
I know
year.
it's a little early, but in the future.
So obviously I can't speak for like DH and JS and whatnot in the world. I know they'll have some cool stuff. For my group, Nerds of War, next year we're looking at we're going to run some pen naval battle. I really like running victory at sea naval
I
battles.
was gonna say that's your jam.
Yeah. And the nice thing is, I have my ocean mat and I have the ships. And I'm done. There's no board setup, nothing crazy.
All right.
So we do that on Thursday, so that way it's like, stuff's going on day one. I don't have to focus on setting up a giant board.
Right.
So we're gonna run some kind of naval game. I have a few different ideas, but it'll probably be something historical, so we can have some good battleship on battleship action. On Friday, we're really talking about, and almost assuredly going to run Battle of Berlin in Flames of War.
Oh.
I'm trying to get Don to dress up as Zukov for the thing, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
The medal count might bankrupt me, but we'll see if we can make it work.
Yeah.
You got to get some of those B4 203 millimeter tractor howitzers in for that one.
Oh yeah.
Just because direct fire there's never enough direct fire. Just park that thing in front of that German bunker and watch the show.
I think I have 2 of those already, so I might get a few more. We'll see how things go.
Nice.
Haven't really decided what we're going to do on Saturday. I have a few options, and I think we're going to give our Gettysburg game a rest next year. Just because we'll have run it 3 games total over 2 years.
Sure.
So we're talking about another Civil. Because we like Civil War, and obviously the models are painted. So we like that one a lot. So we're thinking right now, we can maybe see what your viewers think, but Chancellorsville and Chickamauga are 2 that we're talking about. The nice thing about either one of those is like Gettysburg, you have a lot of like rolling hills and terrain variation. And Teedham was the same lakes. That was the other one we were looking at. Chancellorsville's a little flatter with trees.
Yeah.
And kind of same with Chickamauga. It's just less massive terrain variation, more subtle stuff that I can do with a map and stuff on it versus than to build a foam board.
Right.
So I don't have to go buy a new car, so I have a truck to transport it. That was an option this year.
That would be a good excuse to buy a truck.
Honestly, I got to the point where I saw what the monthly payment was. But
That checks out because I bought a truck.
yeah. So let's say if you guys have any opinions on what Civil War game it should be, just text Civil War to.
How about you drop it in the comments?
There we go.
That's a legit thing.
Get in the comments.
That's probably way easier. So, if you want to see a specific battle in the Civil War from the Nerds of War, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Also, they could probably post it on the Nerds of War Facebook page. Yes,
They could. Yes, we have a Facebook page.
There you go.
It's a private group because everything needs to be a private group anymore. But unless you're a Russian bomb, we'll let you in.
Yeah.
Were you thinking about doing any particular spot in Antietam, or are you trying to tackle the whole battle?
Not 100% sure. We're in the rough idea phase right now.
Okay.
Like,
Because there's Burnside Bridge, there's the Sunken Road, but Antietam itself, I'm sure. I mean, for our
It probably
viewers.
would have been Dunker Church, Cornfield to Sunken Road.
Okay.
The north to center area probably wouldn't have done Burnside Bridge because that starts getting to the heavy terrain variation.
Got it.
That would require a custom.
Yeah, still the single bloodiest day in American history, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a big one. Gettysburg was a bloodier battle, but of course took 3 days.
Constantly.
But Antietam, God bless, that was a piece of work.
Great.
You can do them. You can combine them. You can always do your naval battle from Civil War.
I like to. Well, I have a lot of 12400 ships already for World War II, so that's why I like running. I did start looking at, and I'm going to draw a blank on the name, but it's Mike Hawk's rule set from Scary Biscuit Studios. He's got a Civil War rule set I was looking at.
There you go. All right, my friend. Well, we thank you for stopping in
Oh,
and
thanks for having me
saying
on.
Yes,
hi.
thank you very much for everything.
So thanks for
Great.
being
Thank
on
you.
the show, as they say, literally in this case. I say that facetiously a lot, but in this case, for real, thanks for stopping by. I know that you are super busy. You got
Yeah, I'm
lots
supposed
of
to be
stuff
running the
going
game
on.
right now.
Oh,
So,
well, they haven't come hunting for you yet.
we will let you get back after.
Well,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
stopping in, brother. All right. I suppose we'll let this guy sit down now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, well,
And I put your models back.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this show. We've got another special guest waiting to hit the camera air.
That's right. So we're going to take a take a short break after we break down here, reset, and then we're going to be doing something with John Kang from Black Powder Red Earth. So make sure that you stay tuned for that.
Yep. So, as always, this is Phil for the Sid Rep Podcast. Thank you very much for joining us. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share every piece of work we do. Let us know your thoughts and look for big changes coming your way soon.
That's right. Tell your nerd friends about us.
Yep.